sexy.
Light it up.
It's 9 p.m. Pacific, midnight Eastern, and it's time for the show that brings you the best deals in vaping, coming at you from the Vaping Underground live network on Vapors TV. I'm your host and deals diva, TygerTyger, and with me, as always, is the illustrious, opinionated, and still devilishly handsome VaporJoe. So settle in for 90 minutes of interactive, informative, and money-saving vape chat. Welcome to DoneDeal.
Did you say "and still"?
Yes.
What do you mean "and still"?
Well, because I say that every week, and I just want them to know nothing's changed.
Okay. Well, why should have things changed? And still, like I'm 90 years old. Well, he's 90. He's still sexy. It's fine.
Well, you never know. You know.
All right, guys. Can you?
You're not getting any younger.
Can you hear me? Can you hear Tiger? Are we all good in the hood?
I took the liberty of turning up your volume before we started the show because they always tell me you're a little low. So today you can be a little high.
Motherfuckers, one in the room. Oh my God. Pay attention. There's 106 people in here, and we got 2 people that's here. This is so not my envy. Wake up, people.
Hey, it's late. Well, not where I'm from. Where I'm from, the night is young, but...
Well, true. But you're here to participate. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, you like my hat? Yes, this is my official lurker hat.
I was actually kind of... she was in the bathroom, kind of like getting herself together. I was kind of creeping around the corner.
You were the official lurker. I'm putting my mascara on in the mirror, and he's around the corner doing the, like, Kilroy thing, you know? It was... What are you doing?
And then, of course, I had to kiss her on the cheek. But I was totally, like, stalking her. It was great.
Yeah.
But see, as a husband, you're legally allowed to stalk somebody. So it's awesome. I can do that now without... and she can't go to the place. It's great. So I could totally be a stalker, and she can't go to the place. Awesome. All right.
No, okay, they're bugging me about something I posted on Facebook. It was awesome. It was a Descartes and horse joke, and it was like cerebral and incredibly funny. And John Q wants you to Dutch oven me for posting this, and he doesn't understand.
I'll never do that ever to you, ever.
I know. There are so many things that you do that are so completely not okay. But then then there's that he would never stoop there. He would just never do that.
Somebody says, Joe, it's time for a new hat. No, this is a patent pending hat from VaporJoe. I have this patented. I can't take this off until my patent is issued. What farts need to be enjoyed by all? No. That is one thing as a man I do not do in front of my wife, and there's one thing she does not do in front of her husband. There's a dignity level that we must keep, and that just does not happen ever.
Condi, I don't even know what that is, and please, for the love of God and all that is holy, do not tell me.
Just don't Google that, Tiger.
Okay, I promise I won't.
Okay. Anyway, so welcome to DoneDeal. We have a lot to talk about tonight. We have lots of vape mail to talk about. We have a lot of great deals to talk to you about tonight. And it's coming down to the home stretch to one of our giveaways, which we'll be talking about a little bit later. And, well, I think we should just get right into vape mail. Now, I'm going to go first.
Well, while you do, I'm going to have my own little wine and cheese party. So you talk, and I'll eat.
Yes. Oh, you know those little baby cowbell, whatever they're called? Bell cheeses. Those things are good. She actually turned me on to these things. They're actually quite nice. Anyway, so I'm going to start first because Tiger has a lot more to talk about vape mail than I do. But we're going to start off light. I got some counterfeit liquid, which is awesome. I bought a ton of this. This is just a few of them. I bought some Metallica e-liquid. Metallica, baby. You know what?
Gets under my
according to China, fuck trademarks. According to China, Metallica. Now the coolest thing about this is that now I had bought. Well, I have it up there. I bought one bottle. It's actually a really good liquid. It's a strawberry peach mint.
Get your quote.
It's very, very good.
Waiting to save.
So I said, screw it. I'm gonna I'm gonna buy 3 more or 4 more bottles of this stuff because I know somebody at some time is gonna tell Metallica and they're gonna scream at them and they're gonna take it off the shelf. So I bought it for like, just to have as a little memento. But the first bottle is round, okay, beautifully round, normal 30, and then the next bottle is square. So I thought that was kind of cool. But the liquid itself is good. Like I said, it's supposedly made in like Malaysia or somewhere, but normally speaking, but basically I think they're stealing people's logos and just popping it on labels and selling liquid. But I thought it was neat because Metallica is one of my favorite bands. And, that's that. Then we got 3 bottles of new liquid from Oscar over at Lotus e-cigs. Now, he sent us 3 brand new bottles because he heard we loved it so much. He just threw it up the camera. The one I have been vaping is Riptide. Okay, and Riptide's kind of like a menthol tropical kind of flavor. But then I started into Pipeline, which is a blueberry yogurt with some strawberry. I just started getting into this. And it's really, really, really good. Let me just show it to you. And then they have another here. I can't really read it. Oh, it's too dark. Can you read that? Huh?
Say what?
Can you read that? You have a light.
Oh, that's the Hodad.
Oh, Hodad. Okay. And that one is a kiwi guava. That's the one that stinks up the package. That one I won't try because I'm not a big guava fan at all. That one kind of stinky. But people who love guava and all that kind of stuff will like that. So I just find like guavas and melons. I don't know if you guys are with me on this, but sometimes I can get that kind of sour sponge kind of flavor or smell to it. You know what I mean, Tiger? You know what I'm talking about?
Some of the tropical fruits. Now, guava is usually okay for me, but, some of the mango juices, there are some good ones out there. Some of them, melon, it can be a little bit like old sour dish sponge. Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
Yeah, it just kind of gets this in, you can just kind of taste it. It's not very good. All right, this is already a print screen. Come on, Condi, you're fucking with us already. We're trying to work here. Oh, it's just you eating cheese. Okay. It's okay. All right, so then I got a bunch of heads from Coil Art out of China. Now I have a picture. I haven't posted it up on YouTube, but these are the Coil Art heads. They are various different ohms. They have Clapton coils, notch coils, all kinds of crazy coils for various different things. This particular one is for sub-tank. They have other ones for like Triton Atlantis. Each box, the heads in there are compatible with at least 4 or 5 tanks. Like this one is compatible with every sub-tank. This one is compatible, where is that here? Yeah. This one's compatible with like Atlantis, the Triton, the Mellow. There's just a bajillion different things you can use them with. But they're much like what's the name of the coils that I bought? The gold ones. They actually advertise on that Vaping Underground. They're those really beautiful, like 14 karat gold. Somebody in the room help me. You know what I'm talking about. One of the really beautiful Clapton coils that you can get for the sub-tanks. Adams, thank you. These are much like the Atom coils, except they're teeny tiny. I'm going to take one of these out. I'm going to compare them to a regular. Like these are those are for the Atlantis. These are for the sub-tank. These are small, really small, and they chuck vapor, my friend. They chuck vapor like you wouldn't believe. And if you look in the back of the box, there are 758,000 things that you can that these things could be made of. They can be made of titanium, nichrome. They could be quad Clapton or a single Clapton. It's all checked off when you buy them. And I have it here. Regular old. This is an original sub tank. Nothing special about this, and I put a this is a quad Clapton in this sub tank. I'm vaping it at 45.5. No, actually, let me bring that up. Let's vape it at 80 watts. And I have Arbon's cookie in here from Scope Juice. So check this out. This is an original sub tank. We're talking like a year ago. I mean, look at the vapor that comes off that. It's incredible. Incredible. You'd think I was like, vaping a, rebuildable. And I got a fan going on back here, too, by the way. There's a fan going on. So these coils are fucking-tastic. They're really, really good. I just started vaping this coil. Probably put it on about an hour ago. Primed it up, threw it on, and been vaping it since. Works great. Now, is there anything else that I got? Oh, yes, I did. My bad. Got something in the mail that you guys haven't seen yet. I got the new lanyards for Vape Fest New York. I'm sorry, Vape Slam New York. Boom. We got VaporJoes, and alongside of VaporJoes is Yeti Vape. So whoever's going to Vape Fest New York, we got the lanyards. They look really nice. They're really awesome. You know what? I'm just going to wear one for the show. Why not? Right? Let me just wear one for the show. I know there's nothing connected to it, but got one for the show. So I have my lanyards early. Now, you don't want to know how much lanyards cost. They're really expensive. Probably me and Yeti are probably going to put out about, well, I'm not going to give a figure, but they're extremely expensive. But they're really awesome. And, well, it's like I'm already at Vape Slam. Well, I'm sorry, Vapor Slam in New York. There we go. Don't worry, I'll tie Tiger up with one of them later. Because I got a lot of them. I got a bunch of them.
Well, I kind of laugh when I wear it because it's like you've claimed me.
You know what? Tonight I am going to give away something. I'm going to give away like a K-Box 40, but I will throw in a lanyard.
It's like a collector's item kind of thing.
So if whoever wins will actually get the lanyard from Vapor Slam New York before it happens. Okay.
Don't tell Freeze.
Yeah, don't tell Freeze because where the fuck did you get that? But I got probably, I don't know, I got a bunch in here. Probably got about 6 or 7 in here. But we're doing about, I think he's doing about 6,000 for that one. So, all right. So I'm done with I'm done, Tiger. You can go.
All right. Well, then I'll talk for a little while. I'm gonna be trying some of the coil art coils as well. We were talking about those. Some of the really exciting stuff. Okay, let me work up to it. Jill ordered, and you'll understand why when I get to the end, some rebuilding stuff for me because I left all my stuff back in Canada. I didn't bring anything. So he nabbed me. I know there's so many great coil tools out there, but I'm kind of old school. I just love the mandrel. Just a jewelry making tool, actually, that has a graduated tip with different widths that you can wrap your wire around. Like I say, it's just what I got used to. I mean, I was in the blue screwdriver crew, so this was a step up. So my style of coiler, and there's other ones that are great out there too. I mean, whatever works for you, they're all great. And some 24 and 26 gauge Canthal. So apparently I'm gonna have to get busy and do some stuff. But in the meantime, I'm waiting on the awesome snips I bought. So when they get here, we'll worry about that. But in the meantime, let me show you one more thing before I get to that. Jealous Slice. It's so pretty. Now, I was showing this off on Mod Envy on Saturday. It showed up in time for that. What they did is they sent us a jelly slice to try out, a bunch of silicone sleeves for it so I can change it up whenever I want to. But I gotta show you this. Unfortunately, I've got a Cleto on top, so I can't use it because the Cleto, of course, has the proprietary drip tip. But they put the matching tips in with those silicone sleeves. Like, is that just too cute or what? You've got a matching drip tip to go with your silicone sleeves, so whenever you feel like changing it up. Now, this is not only protective, it's practical, you know, and it looks great, but check it out. I want to show you what's underneath so you can really appreciate the wonder that is the jelly slice. Look, behold the skinniness. Behold the skinniness. This baby, now I'm going to compare it to, what shall I compare it to?
Rouleau, which would be funny.
Oh, well, you know, rouleau, a lot of people have rouleaus, so they're going to know exactly what we're talking about here. There you go. That's the footprint, okay? It's ridiculous how skinny this thing is. And for those of you who are more familiar with a K-box, there you go. Like, practically, it's a little more, but it looks like half of a K-box, okay? So slim, so nice. Check out that beautiful bright screen and the placement on it. There it is, running at 70 watts. I've got a 0.2 Cleto on top. And just beautifully crafted. They did a great job with this. Now, how does something so skinny house a normal atomizer? That's how. What they've done is they've cleverly kind of just flanged it out a little bit around the 510 so that you've got enough room that it doesn't overhang. You know, it looks right. And they really did a great job with it. Hits hard. 70 watts on a 0.2. Show you. Lots of vapor, and it seems to last forever because at my desk I don't use one device you know, until it runs out. I'm switching back and forth, so I charged this when it arrived just to top it up, make sure it had a full charge, and I haven't charged it since. It's been 5 days and I'm still running on it. You know, I'm not hitting it all the time. I'm hearing from some of the others that have been trying them out that it's good for 7 hours straight at high wattage. So even with that really, really skinny little design, lots of power at your disposal there. All win, jelly slice. Now, the only drawback I could talk about with this is that it is an eligible mod for mod dominoes. If you set this on edge on your desk, it's going to be pretty easy to knock over, unlike the crazy footprint on the rouleau. But you also can't put a rouleau in your shirt pocket, and you easily could with this, because it's actually surprisingly lightweight too for its for the amount of power it packs. So jelly slice, all kinds of win, nicely done, Lotus Vaping. And finally, now you're going to know why I needed rebuilding supplies. I got a Tsunami.
Well, actually, this is a Tsunami clone.
A Tsunami clone. RDA, yes, indeed. So there it is. Now, I haven't built anything in a million years. I didn't have my snips. So I just, for you know, hurry and to get her done, I put in some of, these were sent to us as well to try, Pure Coils, framed staple coils. So in they went. This ain't gonna be pretty because I've been firing it, but you know, I'll show you. They are like really, really crazy. And I think I underwicked it a little. It's been a long time, but you know, whatever. Fired those up, broke them in, made sure I didn't have any craziness going on, and when I was satisfied with how it was running, we fired it up, and that's at 80 watts, the dual coils. So I'm running on a rouleau, and I will tell you this, the Tsunami is a clever atomizer. You can't tell now that it's built, but I will tell you, you could pretty much fly an airplane through the holes that they left in this, in the posts in this. And I love the 2-post design. You know, we all cut our teeth on the 3-post design with your positive in the middle, your negatives on the outside. the two-post design where they balance them, so clever, and the staggered holes. I love the what do they call them? The grub screws, where you need your little tiny hex key and the screw just disappears into the hole. People complain about those. I love them to bits. They're just a clever, precise way to do things, as far as I'm concerned. It all comes down to opinion, I guess. But I will say, tall top cap. We were both kind of surprised about that. There's a lot of airspace in there. Crazy airflow through this. And clever the way they did it, because you've got 2 airflow holes feeding each coil, but they're raised. So you can still keep lots of juice in that well, and it's not going down your air holes. Now, having said all that...
Yes, having said all that...
I made a startling discovery. I used to be a hardcore rebuilder. I was rebuilding everything. I cut my teeth building Jennies back in the day. 3 years ago, okay? And I really thought I was going to be a rebuilder till death did us part. The fact of the matter is it just me, or did the music get crazy loud? Let's just sort of bring that down a little bit. Hush up now, Spotify, with your noisy ads. The sun has set on my rebuilding empire, I think. And let me explain why. This is why. The Cleto. This is why. The I got that right. TFV4. This is why. The Heracles. They just keep getting better and better with the sub-tanks. And what I found out today, even putting in somebody else's pre-made coils, not having to fiddle much on my own, and then enjoying this vape, but having to drip into it every few seconds, it's like, why am I wasting all this time for a vape that isn't necessarily appreciably better than what I can get from some of the great sub-tanks out there now? A dripper's leakier. You're always kind of wiping at it and stuff like that.
Yeah, for real. Like, I'm sitting there and I have to, like...
It's a great vape, but so is everythking else on my desk.
Give me the mod a second.
I was just going to vape it.
Oh, well, all right. Well, if you're going to vape it, refill it, and then give it to me. Because this is my problem.
All right. Well, let's put some fresh juice in for you.
Yeah. So thank you. Because I don't want to hit that dry. That would suck.
Yeah, it really would.
And that's the other thing. A dry hit off an Addy is just fucking death. Death warmed over. It's disgusting. Let me show you something. The problem I have with now this is now the Tsunami is one of the newer Addies in the market. I mean, it's not the newest, but it's one of the newer. But don't you tip this thing? You got to hold it straight up.
Well,
like this.
okay. Straight up, I tend to over drip it. So when I handed it to you, I said, don't tip it too much, because you will get it down the air hole.
Okay, I'm going to vape now. I'm ready to go. Like, if you turn, your juice is just going to drip out of these. But number one, let me show you something. I'm going to turn off the fan here real quick. Okay,
I'm on a TFV4 for comparison.
Now, the vapor is definitely denser on a dripper, but I don't taste anything. Like, I think what this is if you want to vape and you are into dripping, I think now it's more about a hobby more than it's actually about function. And cost savings, don't get me wrong. If you want to sit there and build your own coils, you're going to save money too, because you don't have to buy heads. But what's your time worth? And Tiger brought that to my attention. She's like, what's your time worth? If you're going to build like these crazy Clapton coils and all this crazy stuff and, tricking out and all I mean, if you're going to spend a half an hour on your coil, hey, half hour of my time's worth a lot of money. It's definitely worth. I'd rather just put a head in a fucking tank.
Well, and Scope has a good point. He says, Tiger, try it with Mad Scope. Tank in one, dripper in the other. You will see the difference. I'm not doubting you, Scope, but this is what I'm down to for Mad Scope. And he even said, put Mad Scope in it. I said, I ain't wasting that. Yeah, this is all I got left.
That's all she's got left, Scope, till Friday. Just saying. Hashtag. So that's this. And I here, honey. And then, I was vaping it with her. And I'm like, I could blow massive clouds. That's great. The vapor production is fantastic, but it doesn't mean anything to me. Like, okay, so all this vapor is coming off my face, but the satisfaction doesn't change. It doesn't change anything. If you're looking for massive clouds, okay, great, but that doesn't mean anything. Like, as far as getting you off smoking or keeping you off smoking. It doesn't make the vape sensation any better. It doesn't make my lungs filled any more. Where I'm like, wow, I could actually drop down to 1 milligram nic now. I mean, like I said, I put this on sub tank. And in my opinion, I get the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't have to fiddle with anything. I just go and dump juice in, close it up, boom, done. You know? So I think rebuilding now, in my opinion, and I think in Tiger's opinion, is just more of a hobby kind of thing where, you know, people want to hone their craft and they want to sit down and they want to tinker and they want to do things. That's great. I mean, that's a wonderful thing, but I don't really believe rebuildables are any better than, in terms of function, than the newer tanks. Sorry, but...
Well, and that's what I said after putting it all together, getting it done up, and we looked at each other. We both vaped it, passed it back and forth. We looked at each other. He says, "What do you think?" I said, "I think my rebuilding days are over."
Just almost. I mean, just, in terms.
And the thing is, and you may have a point there, Scope, but I will say, even over a TFV4, you want great flavor, put it in a Cleto. I'll try them side by side. I will do it. I will do that. And I will probably agree that there is a slightly better thing. But at this point, as far as I'm concerned, the only reason to rebuild is if you enjoy it and it's a hobby to you.
Yes, that's exactly the thing. It's kind of like, you know, rebuilding an old car. You know what I mean? It's like you take your time, you know, you just rebuild everything, make it look beautiful. I think, you know, I've watched people do cloud competitions, sit down at a table and build a coil for a half an hour and just meticulously sit there and do it. And if that's your thing, man, go for it and have a great time doing it. But for people who just want to fucking vape, no, rebuildables are done. I'm just saying. You know, but that doesn't make the rebuildables are bad, because, you know, I pimp rebuildables all the time. I think rebuildables are great for people, especially people on a budget. If you have the time and you're home all day and you want to make claptic coils, or you want to do all kinds of sexy builds, that's your thing, great, because you're going to save a fuck ton of money. However, for the average vapor who just wants to fill and vape, cloud production, flavor, all that stuff, I think it's on par. Rebuildables will always be slightly better, but for me, I'm fucking busy, man. I don't have time to build this shit. You need a fucking, like, metal shop now to do what some of these people do. It's insane. All right, so that's that as far as the Tsunami is concerned.
As an RBA goes, I like the Tsunami. I think it's a clever design, but it's not going to get a lot of miles on it on my account.
Right. So anyway, for those of you who want a really good Tsunami deal, here's the deal I'm going to put in the room. This ships from the United States for free. You could either get silver or black. I bought that Tsunami she's holding from this guy. This out of eBay. And he has sold 80 of them since I put it up a few days ago. And they're really good. Fantastic. The first deal I did with this guy, I sold him, I think I did about 300 for him. This one's up to 80. Now, remind you, this is not a legit Tsunami. This is a style Tsunami, okay? But, I don't know. It's really, like, to me, this looks like a really fat Phoenix original, like, rebuildable back in the day.
Oh my goodness, there's a throwback to the past. I remember building Phoenixes.
It's $14.95. It's super cheap, free shipping out of the United States. If you want it, get it. have a good time with it. She rebuilt it with some really awesome coils we got. Now, people are wondering with these coils that you put in there, Tiger.
Sorry, what?
The coils you put in there.
Oh, they were from, let me show you one more time. What I put in was a framed staple coil. They are 0.28 ohms per coil, and those came from purecoils.com. He sent us some of his wares to try, so they ended up in the Tsunami.
They're like crazy coils.
And this is a pair of alien Claptons he also sent. I'll show you some of his work. There they are. And of course, for those of you interested in pre-made coils, of course, you can check out purecoils.com. Also, one of our hosts, if somebody's got the link for him, Aries JJ does a lot of work with some great coils, pre-made coils as well, and gets rave reviews on his work. So check him out too.
Excellent. All right, so those of you guys who wanted to see what she has in her Tsunami that we were blowing clouds from was from him. I don't know the style of coil she was using, but they were. Do you know?
Yeah, these are called a framed stapled.
Okay, they're called a framed staple.
Oh, come on now. It focused every other time. It's not going to now. There we are, framed staple coils.
Yeah. And they're not super expensive. A couple coils, whatever it is. So that it is what it is. All right. So and if you want the Tsunami, we put the deal in the room. It's $14.85, shipped from the United States. Get her done if you want it. The Tsunami is a very, very, very popular Addy right now. Lots of airflow. Comes with a chuff cap. You saw the amount of vapor that we came out with it, and we are, we are not any authority on rebuilding anymore. To be honest with you, and we just did this on the fly, and it was pretty damn good. So anybody, you get Scuba, get a hold of one of these things, and you'll probably cloud a room. So that's that. All right. Give me a second. So there is a rumor going around that Pip the Bunny may be coming on Mud Envy to talk about her arrest. And I'm going to do the interview, so this should be a lot of fun.
Can I be honest? Am I allowed to speak freely?
Sure.
Am I going to be flogged later? I don't give a shit.
But that has nothing to do with.
I don't give a shit about her arrest. I really don't give a shit.
I
want to say that pretty much at least 50% of the vape community has far more interesting stories than being arrested drunk and disorderly.
All right, people go Pip-Poo.
Just
Pip-Poo is Pip the Bunny does suicide bunny juice. So she'll be coming. She may be coming on Mount Envy this week to have a conversation about all that kind of good stuff, and it will not be a fluff piece, I promise you. And I have lots of questions for her. It has nothing to do with her arrest. It has a lot to do with things I want to talk to her about. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Now, I do disagree with one comment in the room. Scope, I love you. He says you haven't lived until you got in the D&D. I disagree. If you've lived even smarter, you didn't. If you get my drift. Just saying.
All right, so you saw the Tsunami, fantastic RDA. Now, just give a look-see here. Like I said, I want to find something. All right, now this is for newbies. Okay, I bought one of these. I didn't get it yet because I just did the deal on the 25th. It's only 2 days, but I already got my shipping info. If you're into something for a new vapor, this really is for a new vapor, or for somebody who wants something super simple, okay? And this is the Joytech Ego AIO. Let's put the link in the room. Oh, thank you, Big Bamboo. Put the link in the room. What's cool about this? Well, technically speaking, we can call this a hybrid, can't we, Tiger? It's all one unit.
Technically, I guess.
This is a hybrid mod, technically speaking. But what this is basically is a single unit The tank and the mod are one unit, and it uses Cubus heads. And you basically pull off the top, and the whole head comes off. You just dump juice into it, close it. It has a 1500 mAh battery. Can go down to, I think, 0.5 ohms. Excuse me. And it works fantastic. I've watched all these reviews, and people are loving it in terms of it being a new Vapors setup. Now, because, you know, I started with an Ego and a cartomizer. I started with an Ego and the shitty Ego T tank system. Tiger started with a shitty tank system. A lot of people started with these blues. Something like this is on par with what we're vaping now. When we're looking at a 1600 mAh battery or 1500 mAh battery, you're looking at, you're already, like the moment you're out of the gate, you're already sub-ohming. Like the moment you put it in your face, you're sub-ohming for a new vapor. It's super, super simple. The top cap is child-proof because you got to push in and turn.
You still going to the post office?
But also adjust your
Paying
airflow.
full price for postage?
It comes in these really
Now
sexy
there's a better
designs.
way. Stamps.com.
And it's $16.
Stamps.com, you can
Comes
buy
with everything.
and
Comes with
print
2 heads.
US postage for
Basically,
a letter.
for a new vapor,
Package.
you got to buy
Home
them
delivery.
this and a
You'll
30 ml
never
bottle
have
of
to go to the
juice,
post office
and that's
again.
it.
And now, Spotify listeners
Okay, so for like 29 bucks, you figure this and a decent bottle of juice costs you like $14. Boom, you're off to the races. This person could quit smoking. Tiger, what do you think?
Well, I think that's pretty impressive, especially considering that Eva, long time reviewer, knows her stuff. She's been around, she's seen it all. Also a vendor in Canada. She says you can direct lung hit with this. And, considering this
Tiger,
could...
you have the chat on screen. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I do. Let's just go back to here. Trying to do too many things at once with two little screens face. That's pretty impressive for what could still stand as a beginner's device to be able to direct lung hit with it. So, obviously this thing's got some oomph.
No, somebody wrote, Dr. Pennsylvania, no, you can direct lung inhale with this. People were talking about it. There was a bunch of reviews I was looking up. And, yeah, I bought one. I bought one to put in the car. I bought one where you could, this go right in your pocket. She's not going to leak. You can just do it. I bought the white and red. I thought that one was the coolest of them all. And I can't wait to try it. Really, really cool. So it comes, like I said, it comes with 2 coils. So you're going to have one inside, one extra, and then you just buy the regular Cubus coils, and it works perfectly. And it's super simple to change because you just pop off the top, and the coil comes out with it. You squeeze juice in, you close her up, you're done, and you're vaping. And I think that is fantastic. I mean, compared to what I had to do with like the fucking Ego T, and I had to take that mouthpiece and squeeze juice into the mouthpiece and put the rubber gasket on it and put it down in there and twist it. Half the time you fucking leaked. It's terrible. That shitty little wick that they had on the Ego T. When I quit smoking, there's no way somebody who wants to quit smoking can't quit smoking with this particular item. There's just no way. No way.
You started with the T, I started with the Ego W, and most people, even the old timers, don't even know what that is. It was such a strange little cartridge. It had a silicone top that you actually had to pierce with a syringe, a blunt tip syringe. You actually had to pierce through to fill with juice, and it would self-seal as you drew that back out. It was weird. And I thought it was the bomb. Now looking back, it's like, wow, do starters, newbies ever have it good?
Well, now, I mean,
Yeah.
Every year we go, newbies have it good, and every year it just gets better. Yeah, see, if you ever talk about blue foam and tea bags, I wasn't there for that. I just missed that. I started vaping in 2000, late 2011, 2012. I missed that blue foam kind of, that's when vapors were really inventive. They wanted shit. We're all worried about like diacetyl. People were using like blue fish foam back then. Like, are you kidding? So it's far better now. It's cleaner, nicer. It's just great. Tiger, people are screaming about the music. All right, so that's for the noobs. The noobs, I don't often do newbie kind of new vapor deals, but I should do more because let's face it, there are a lot of new people out there that want to vape and they need deals. Now, there's certainly not going to be a new vapor. I'm like, hey, let's go to VaporJoe's because it's not going to know who I am. But for somebody who wants to get somebody on something, it's important that we do that. We help them. All right. Let's see here. No dead air. All right. There are two things I don't know which one to do first, but I'm just going to do this. Fuck it. All right, so I was on Mod Envy last week, and Nitro told me about this really awesome site. And this is not a deal because it's actually free. Basically, it's a firmware site where you can update your firmware for your RX200. I think it's your Cuboid and your VTC, EVIC VTC. Here's a link. Big Bamboo has it. And basically, you go there, you download the bin file. There's a whole program you could download, and you can change the look and feel of your mod. They got like Darth Vader on there, and they got crazy, just all kinds of crazy stuff that you can do. Now, it does not change the performance of your mod. It just changes the way your display looks. And they explain how you can make one for yourself. If you have the time and the patience to make like little pixelated graphics or whatever you want to do, you can make one for your own mod. And I thought this was really, really cool because, like I have a, I have a Cuboid here. It's just standard graphics, but I can have fucking Darth Vader on here if I wanted to. I just thought that was really cool. I just thought I'd throw it up for people. And to be honest with you, it was extremely popular. There was like 10,000 people that came to this post. They were so intrigued by this. It's a completely free site, and it's really, really cool. And, hats off to them. Some people have actually figured out how to make colors. Damn, I'm back there now, and it's really changed. There's so many people who've added more things. Oh, that's really cool. Again, so they give you full instructions, the download and how to do it, and then they give you instructions, if you want to, how to make your own. And I have commissioned Tiger for a VaporJoe's logo. Right, Tiger?
Well, we shall see. I'll have a look. I'll see what I can do.
Oh, they have a Pornhub one. Get that one. They got a little Reddit guy. They got a Nike symbol. They got a Pac-Man one. Some dude figured out to change colors. Actually make it change into RX200. How to change it into an orange color. That is really cool.
Yeah, let's see if I can find the orange one again. It was up a little higher. There we are.
Well, the way I look at it, like, if somebody asks, what happens if I install it and then I have to do new firmware? I'm assuming what will happen is you'll install the new firmware and then you'll just install this. Like I said, this does not affect your performance. This is just a cosmetic overhaul. So he says, any games yet? You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of those old cell phones. Back in the day, like 99, 2000, you had shitty flip phones. And it's like, holy shit, you get that graphic? Like, I got my background on it. What is it? It's a shitty pixelated fucking Pac-Man.
Oh, yeah, one of my first Nokias, I spent hours doing custom graphic banners for my calls. And, yeah,
exactly. Game Boy version 1. You know what's going to happen, too? We'll figure out a way to push the button, and we can put an oscillator in there, and it'll have, like, a ringtone. You know what's going to happen? I'm going to figure out a way. I'm going to put NFC in this, and I'm going to push a button, and it's going to make me go to my website every time I push a button. So anyway, yeah. So you can go there, you can get this, you can do whatever you want to. I guess every time you make a new one, they're going to let you, put your logo up there or your firmware up there. So I think it's really cool. Really, really neat.
You're a geek.
I know what?
You know you are. It's not a bad thing, Joe. Acceptance is the first step.
Don't know what you're talking about. Of course I'm a fucking geek. But don't let anybody know that except the 100 people there. All right. So that was cool. I really thought that was something I need to get out there. All right. And here's something else kind of geeky. Now this is old. This is something Tiger found like 2 years ago, but I thought it was very relevant now. And I'm gonna put the link in the room. Hold on, give me a second here. This is something that she picked up a long, and now you can see how, now these are old VaporJoe graphics, okay? Real old VaporJoe graphics. This is a Cree flashlight with a 510 connection, okay? Now, the reason why I brought this up again is so many people are talking about, oh, I can't fly on a plane with my mod. Oh, I can't, I can't have a mod, in public. This changes the game. You take your Addy off, you put this in, it is now a flashlight. Anybody has a problem with it, it's a fucking flashlight. Okay? Nobody can screw with you.
I guess you could say it's a bright idea.
It's a bright idea, Tiger. Thank you very much. Oh, see what you did there.
Yeah, you see that?
But now, basically, these came out back in the day for tube mods. So if you're going to use this on variable wattage or variable voltage, basically the rule is keep it to 3.5 watts and it'll work. So if you want to, send your mods through, because they want to ban mods even in carry-on or check luggage, you just throw this on. Sorry, sir, it's a fucking flashlight. That's what it is. Push the button, boom, flashlight. And this is something, this is why, one of the reasons why back in the day, even 2 years ago when they were talking about FDA regulations, how can you regulate a flashlight? If I sit there with a metal tube and, I have my under switch, hitting it and it's flashing, Cree lights, how are you gonna regulate that? There's a way around it, you know what I mean? So with the 510 connection, it's fantastic.
Well,
like I said,
I personally have one of these. I think if I recall correctly, it's back home. Mine is red. It's really quite bright and awesome. So
just make them out of a flashlight. Well, they'll definitely not want to look through that. But it works on everything. So if you have a variable wattage, variable voltage mod, basically it'll work as long as you keep it to 3.5 watts. On the voltage side, I think it's 3.5 volts or something in that area. So it'll fire. Because if you go too high, you won't blow it up. It just won't work. Now they have different ones too. If you go to the drop-down menu, they have some really high-end ones, like 600 lumen, 1,000 lumen ones. They're really expensive though. Like 14, 15, 16 bucks. This is just to get you through the airport, just to get you, keep it in your glove compartment, and in case you need light, if something happens. But this is the cheapest one to get you where you gotta go, and to basically conceal your mod. We gotta do these things. Welcome to the underground. This is just the way it is. Yeah, she just made the tail end of the show, sir. All right, so so if you're interested, yeah, check it out. It's real cheap. Like I said, $6.87. Ships free, and definitely worth having. I think every vapor should have one of these, just in case. Is that a mod? Absolutely not. Is that a vaping thing? No, it is a flashlight, sir. Click. See? Blind you. Flashlight. Hey Tiger, I think I figured out what we could do with all our old mods. All our old Nemesis and two mods. We could have 5,000 flashlights. One day I'm gonna take a picture of my closet. If I go into this closet right here, one day I'm gonna take a picture of my closet. You wouldn't believe what is in my closet. There are hundreds of mods, hundreds of tanks, hundreds of heads, thousands of cartomizers, a bajillion bottles of juice, and they're just sitting there. Old school
It's
stuff.
true. One of my first tasks as wife was to semi-organize that closet for him. Now, he made short work of like screwing it all up, but it was semi-organized for a while. There's parts I still haven't even touched.
Yes. Now, John Q. Public Closet. Yes, I do have a storage unit back where I used to live, which still has all kinds of old vape gear in it. And I have things that I didn't open from Cyber Monday from 2014, 2013. So one day I should have like, remember back in the day, was it Geraldo had the opening of Al Capone's safe? He like chiseled in, and there was a huge, the media was there. One day I should just have somebody like sit there with a camera and me go through all this old vape gear.
It'll be like that storage shed is probably like the Smithsonian of vaping.
Just go in there and have Smokey with a camera and me showing you like, oh, this is just clear menthol juice that has gone black. Just all this old stuff. No, I'm not a hoarder, Kim Gal. It just, you collect things and they just kind of get away from you. It's just how it is. We try now with Tiger here. We try to give away as much as we can, so nothing goes bad. But
Speaking of which, and we don't need to do it now, but you might want to let folks know.
Oh yeah, later on during the show, we are going to be giving away just a K-Box 40 watt because I have this. I just been pushing it around. It's brand new, but I want to give it away, and you're going to be giving away in advance a lanyard to Vapor Slam New York.
Just don't tell Freeze.
Just don't tell Freeze. And I'll chuck in a few mils of I don't know. We'll find some juice. And the funny thing is, I bet people will think the lanyard's better than a goddamn mod. But either way, we're gonna do that. Just so you can help me clear my closet, and you get a free mod, and you get a free lanyard. So yeah, hashtag don't tell Freeze. And it's funny too. I feel bad for Rich. Because Rich was like a hot skip and a jump from Syracuse, and now he's all the way in Texas. He's like, motherfucker!
All right. So what else you got?
Oh, I'm looking, Tiger. I'm looking. It's your job to sing or something while I'm looking.
Oh, I don't think anybody wants that. Not particularly. Oh, you know what I will let them know, though? I have dropped the link in the room for those of you interested in attending Vapor Slam in Syracuse coming up in June, end of June. That's the 24th to the 26th. So bookmark that, start making your plans now, book off, and start looking into flights or whatever it takes to get here, hitchhiking, whatever you need to do. But we have been a little bit behind. I had a whole bunch of video editing to do. That's been done. And we are all caught up on our DoneDeal replays. So for those of you who've missed anything or want to catch tonight's show in the future, you can catch up here, replays. And Big Bam, I didn't even have the chance to tell you this yet, but we are caught up. Replays are back.
Right, now as far as replays on SoundCloud, I'm only going to do the newest one, so I'm going to do this one today. Because basically how it works, the SoundCloud has an RSS feed, so Mod Envy will be buried with like 10 DoneDeals. And what happens with the VaporJoe's app, you can download it, you can listen to it live, but you're going to have 20 DoneDeals and Mod Envy will just be buried. So I'll just do the newest one from today on, as far as SoundCloud is concerned, for those of you who like to listen to it without the video. All right, so I have a fantastic deal. If you don't get this deal, you are stupid. That's all I'm going to say. Because I bought a bunch of these. This is the Arctic Turbo Sub-Tank. Now, with the coupon code, it comes down to $8.47. And the heads are $5.07. Now, what the Arctic Tank Turbo is to me is the early TFV4. Because this takes 3 heads. Okay? 3 independent heads, whereas the TFV4 is just a monster head that this has all that built into it. And I have to tell you, it reminds me of it 100%. and I have it here on the Vapor Flask original.
While you vape, let me jump in. When he first told me about this and said it's like the TFV4 and blah, 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 and on, but it takes 3 heads, I looked at him like he had 3 heads. I'm like, are you nuts? Why do I want to spend money and use 3 heads in a tank when I just got my handy dandy TFV4 right here with its incredibly, and I'll admit it, I love it, but the heads are expensive for this baby. And then I started seeing the pricing. Like Big Bam's got it in the room there for you, $8.47 for the tank kit and 5-pack of heads for $5. I'm like, oh, that's why. Okay, it all makes sense now, and it's a great
now
vape.
when you buy this is you get 3 heads inside, and then they give you another 3 heads. So for another setup, and if you buy a pack of 5 heads, which is odd, they should have sold them in 6s, but they sell 5 for $5. Basically. So you can buy a whole bunch of them. And this works just like the TFE4. It's top filling. It's kind of big. It's a big tank. Put up something next to the Clieto. You can see it's a big tank. But the airflow is fantastic on this. This thing could take any mod you throw at it. I mean, you could put 150 watts to this thing, I bet. It's crazy. And for the price, and this is not from China. This is from America. This is from Vapor Beast, and these guys ship fast. I bought a bunch of them, a bunch of heads. Gave one to Tiger. I think she was kind of impressed with it. It's not as good as a TFE4, but you're only paying $8 for it. It's like, well, I'll have a sirloin steak for $10 instead of the filet mignon for $40. You know what I mean? It's good. It'll work for you, and I just, the heads, you can just buy so many packs of them for the price. What's a pack of TFE4 heads go for, like $14 or $15?
It depends on the head style, because there's different ones, but yeah, they're pricey.
Right, and for that price, you could buy just a boatload of these and get her done. And they last a while, because this is the original heads in here, and I've been using this, 2 weeks, and works great. And in here, just a little shout out, I am vaping Bananas Foster by Yalek, which is very nice. You gotta love your brown sugar and banana. Very, very good. But works great.
Yeah. I'm sorry, John Q. You're
Somebody's
just cracking me up. But yeah, seriously, when I looked it over for $8.47 for the initial kit. Now, in the initial kit, it'll come with 3 heads pre-installed, 3 more heads ready to go, so you got a full change, and then it's got 2 little sort of like blanks in the kit. Now, I do have it handy. Look at that. How fortuitous.
You can run it on one head if you'd like.
So, yeah, there you go. What it does is it says there's 3 replacement coils there, and then there's 2 what they call a coil model. Now, what that is it's essentially a blank. It plugs the hole so that you can use it without those coils in there, and you can run it on 1, 2, or 3 heads, your choice, which, of course, with the TFV4, you don't have those kinds of options. So extra tank in there, extra O-rings. So really, when you're talking about $8.47 and, the black one I was showing you, there it is, came in here. So all of that for $8.47, that's retarded.
It's not
sorry,
even a no-brainer.
I know that's sensitive, but the fact is, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, you need to try this out for the price. It's $8 and change. Okay, you're gonna pay shipping on it, of course. It's probably like $2 or $3. But I'll be honest, for the price, buy a couple of them. Give them away. They're really, really cool, and they really stand the test of time. I would say they're like the original sub tank, which I have here. They're probably Gen 2, which the next sub tank came out the next gen. They're remember the original Arctic tank. This is the next gen of the Arctic tank, I believe. And so you're looking, maybe it's 6 or 7 months old, but man, it works good. And for the price, you can't go wrong. It's cheaper than China. That's it. It's cheaper than China. There's nothing. I can't express it enough. And I've sold, I don't know how many of these they have. I don't know if they've cornered the market on these things, but I've sold thousands of these for VaporJoe. And they just keep pumping them out. And I bought a bunch of them myself, and they just, quick shipping, boom, out the door, and that was it. I don't know how many they have. I don't know if we got a direct line to China or something, but it's fast. It's crazy. All right, so that is a really, really cool deal. Now, I have another deal. Now, Tiger, you have it because you stole it.
It's happened from time to time. No, I'm not so sure. We'll see, because a lot of these things you say I stole, you actually hand me and go, here, you use this.
This is the nugget. This is the nugget.
Oh, see? Oh, that's what I was talking about. This thing showed up. He goes, I already have my mini volt, so you use this. And ever since then, it's I stole it.
I was sent one of these for review, and Tiger looked at it and went, wow, that is really cute.
He is so lying
and
to you guys. He is lying.
I totally gave it to her.
I can mute you, you know. I can do that. I have the power.
He said, wow, that's really cute.
When you after you put it in my hands and said, I'm all about my mini volt, you break this in and see what you think. No, it is. The nugget is all that and a bag of chips. I'm not gonna lie to you. Compared to the Rulo. Yeah, well, whatever this big hunky chunky thing is. Don't get me wrong. I love my Rulo, but these serve different purposes. This is a mod that even with normal size, not Joe Gorilla size hands, you can make it disappear. It just palms, okay? There you go. Just the drip tip sticking out, okay? Great little stealth vape. And there's a lot going on with this. Now, the Mini Volt's a gorgeous little mod, great with its, carbon fiber. It looks fabulous. This is going to give you 10 more volts, or watts. What am I talking about? Volts. Throwback to the past there, right? So you're getting 50 watts. It does temperature control for those of you that's important too. Now, me, I don't care about temperature control, but I like the fact that you have the option. Great little screen on this. Let me wake it up for you. There it is. So there is the nuggets. Come on now, focus for the nice folks at home. Yeah, it doesn't want to.
You're just calling it the butt nugget.
No, not at all. It is awesome.
Oh, I love the nugget. Don't get me wrong.
And really simple operation. Of course, you've got the up and down for wattage buttons, the firing button. And now I've run this so low on juice I can't hit it right now.
It is solid. It is pure steel, man.
Yeah, that's it. Unlike the Mini Volt, and I'm not knocking it, don't get me wrong. It's just this happens to be my favorite of the two of them. This is so solid. It's such a little brick. And, available in more colors now. Of course, when I grabbed mine, or when this showed up, I should say, stainless steel was it. But now there's more options. So, as far as I'm concerned, if you're looking for something small, powerful, and a really enjoyable vape, the Nugget is all that. And I would look also, like, don't discount the kit if you can get your hands on it, because the 49er tank is terrific. It's terrific.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Like, I haven't seen anywhere they just sell the 49er tank reasonably priced.
Yeah.
Like, just the 49er tank. But Grim Green did a review on this whole thing, and I don't really, I don't watch Grim Green very much anymore. I used to watch him back in the day when he used to talk about Cardos and stuff, but he loves the Nugget, and I love the Nugget myself. I actually bought one today in black for myself because, my wife stole mine. And
I didn't either! I'm going to mute you. Where's my stick? Where's my stick?
Anyway, I bought one today with these awesome. And no, it's not a deal, but Tiger found these Leopard batteries over at 101 Vape.
I cannot take credit for that. Big Bam is in the room. He sent me the link, and I literally, and I don't mean this, of course. We always safety first. But my answer to him was literally, I don't care if these blow up. I need these in my life. Big Bam, if you've got the link for those batteries, drop them because they are too adorable. And of course, the leopard print batteries will be going in my tiger print Rulo. Just saying. Now,
Right, so there it is. Now, 101 Vape, for those of you, they sell these batteries as well as the Nugget. The Nugget is $25.99, and well worth the price. I'm telling you, if you want a little baby mod, that's going to work for a few hours. You take it to the mall, you take it to shopping, you take it out. You don't have a couple hours out with the kids or what have you. It's a perfect mod. You throw a little shorty tank on it. And it'll fit a big tank, but it's just saying like a Cleato on it. You're off the races. I can literally make the entire mod, drip tip, everything vanish in my hand.
And that's, you mentioned the Cleato. That's the one I wanted to show. Like, if you want to take advantage of the mod-only deals that are available right now, I love the 49er to pair with it because it's so small. You can see how little it is on there, but the Cleato is barely bigger, just barely bigger, and a terrific tank. Those two would pair beautifully together also, so that's another option to think about.
Yeah, can I have your Nugget? Because I'll just throw a Cleato on it real fast.
Don't hit it. The tank is dry. I'll tell you right now.
I'm going to put a Cleato on it real fast, just to show you guys. Well, I just wanted to touch the mod that you stole from me. I know you missed me. She's still here. Okay.
It doesn't miss you. It loves me. It doesn't miss you.
Well, to be honest with you, I don't think anybody would take me over you. I mean, come on now. But all right, so this is the little. And when I mean little, in my hands, she's little. Okay, like just goodbye. Okay.
They're asking, can you buy just the tank? Purple Easy, I'm sure that will happen in the future.
Yeah, I can't
However,
find the
right now,
49er.
we haven't been able to find the 49er outside of the kits. So if you get the Nugget as a kit with the tank, you'll get the 49er if you're mod only. If you're getting mod only, I think my next choice would be the Cleato because it is a smaller format, It's that nice, like, compared to a TFV4. I mean, that is a monster, and the Cleato is so small, offers a hell of an aggressive vape, and I won't lie to you. As much as I love my TFV4s, I think the Cleato edges it for flavor. I really
Well, let me
do.
just put it this way. Here's the Nugget with a tank, and this is my thumb. Okay? That goes to show you.
Okay, but you need to understand you're not
That's my
looking
pinky.
you're not looking at a normal thumb. You're not looking. Let me put it this way. I do not have tiny little girl hands, okay? My hands are pretty average. Like, I'm a roofer, I'm a tough girl, okay? Like, I don't have tiny little girl hands. I have really stunningly average hands. And Joe's pinky rings fall off my thumbs. Like, so yeah, don't compare anything to
Well,
Joe's
anyway,
hands.
so I just want to show you. I took the fan off. So I have this at 40 watts. I dropped it to 40 with the Cleato. This is a 50-50 juice in it. That's the way I like my juice. This is not Max VG. So here we go. Just a little brutal brick shithouse. That's what this little thing is. It's just a brutal little brick shithouse. It works to the end. And that's what I like about it. She's not going to last very long, a couple hours tops. But when she works, it's fucking good. You just chuck it right here in your pocket. Damn, this thing would disappear. I could put this in my fucking sock. No lie, I could put this in my fucking sock.
Okay, and if you do, I don't want to vape it. Just
My feet don't
saying.
smell.
Just saying.
My feet don't smell?
There's still feet. Sorry, just saying.
Well, anyway, wait, I gotta find your tank. I have so many. All right, wait, where is it? This is it.
Sean Chai, he says the leopard print batteries, they're a 20 amp IIRC. I believe you. I believe you. They might be a little bit overrated, but all I'm saying is I'll run them in a 20 watt mod if I have to. I just have to have leopard print batteries. End of story.
Yeah, it's just gonna. It's called. If this is going to happen, get your mind around it. That's
Yeah.
just basically what's happening. It doesn't matter.
Well,
So put it in a pro variant.
I even said to Joe, they're not cheap batteries. And he kind of looked at me and I'm like, listen, I need these. Just order them and I'll pay you. Just order them. This is happening. Okay. I need these in my life.
Somebody asked, did I try the Super Mini Tank? Yes, I have one. A mod somewhere up here. I do have one. Good mod. I'm sorry, good tank. Now, somebody asked if I have a deal on the RX200. I do, but I want to make sure it's still going, and it's from China, so fucking deal with it. But you're just going to have to deal with it. Now, give me a second. Yes, it's still going. There's only 55 pieces left, and this is only for the white RX200. Okay, so if you go to this deal, what you're going to do, here's the link. What you're going to do is you're going to go to the link, and then you're going to click white. Not white and green, just white. It's $36.75 for an RX200. It's the cheapest price I've ever seen for this because it's free shipping. And listen, you're gonna wait. It's gonna be about 2 weeks before you get it. That's fucking life. You know, you're just gonna have to deal with it. But everybody and their brother loves the RX200. I have an RX200. I actually didn't even mention this in Vape Mail. I bought 2 other RX200s that I got from GearBest, just in black, and they were at $36.75, and I bought those. I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and they arrived the other day. They're the best mod, pound for pound, watt for watt. They are the best mod in the industry for the price. Nothing compares to this mod. Now, there are plenty of great mods out there, but to get a 200-watt box mod that takes 3 18650s, that is comparable, if not better, than the DNA 200. So good that Evolve is suing Wismec for having this chip. Tiger has 2. I have 3. I think every vapor that does reviews or has shows owns one of these. It's the best mod in the industry right now. I don't think anything compares to it. Tiger, would you agree with me on that?
If I'm not in exactly the right place when I hit the magic key, my mic doesn't unmute. Let me tell you, I was a slow adopter. I looked at the format of these, I looked them over and over online, and I thought, why do I want a beast like that? Why do I want something so big? It's so chunky, it's going to be heavy, it's going to be awkward. I don't want that. And Joe got his first one in, and he raved and raved about it, and I was like, yeah, I was so reticent to try it. Slow adopter, he let me hit it a few times. I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. And I just couldn't get used to the idea of having something so big. And it wasn't until Tiny Vapor. Now, I told you my hands are pretty normal and not tiny little girl hands. Well, Tiny Vapor has tiny little girl hands, okay? Itty bitty little girl hands. And she's the one on Mod Envy that said to me, oh, Tiger, no, you need one of these. I love it. Even for me, it's really comfortable. It just fits in your hand. It's so comfortable to hold. The button is just in the right place. This thing rocks. And she finally pushed me over the edge. Joe ordered me one. It came in solid black, of course, thanks to Elon at J-Wraps for the incredibly gorgeous custom wrap he did for me. They fit so beautifully. And there was no looking back. It wasn't long before Joe said, do you want another one? I've got one on order. I'm like, yep. And a wrap went on that too. I've got the custom, the carbon fiber rather on this one with a little bit of the black showing just for fun. I tell you, these are the ones I use the most. You know it's my favorite if it's got the Mad Scope tank on it. And it does. So I can't say enough. Everyone I've recommended this to, even some people who like me were a little bit like, I'm not sure I'm going to like that. Everyone I've recommended it to loves it. Renzi, I know I saw you in the room earlier. I know you're one of the ones that wasn't sure, and you've said now it was a great purchase. If you've been on the fence for the money, the RX200s are the bomb. I can't say enough.
Can you check your Skype real fast?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. So now I have a wrap from J-Wraps on this. I'm calling this the Deadpool wrap. He's not calling it that, but I call it that because it kind of looks like Deadpool. It's got the eyes on the back, and then it's got that kind of like crazy blood Deadpoolish look to it. I got these from J-Wraps. Really great. He sent me a whole bunch of different wraps, the RX200. Like I said, pound for pound, dollar for dollar, the RX200 non-DNA 200 version, this is the Joytech 200 version, is the best mod in the industry. Nothing Nothing compares. So I think it's really, really, really crazy. Now, like I said, if you go to the link, click the white, and that's where you get it for $36.75 or 36 and change. Like I said, free shipping. You're going to wait a few weeks, but that's just that's just the way it is. All right. Anyway, so we got a link. Finally found the link to the 49er mod. And just trying to find it now. Give me a second. Here we go.
Oh, so this is outside of the kit, Joe. This is the 49er tank on its own. Oh, well, for those of you who are looking for a compact, powerful, well-built little atomizer, this is for you. I mean, it's even smaller. The Cleto, I've said so many times, is so small, so sleek, so, nice to use. But the 49er is even smaller. Great flavor, no bones about it. Great flavor, nice construction, stainless steel glass, put together beautifully. I've been really impressed with this tank. You guys know I've been going on and on about it just as much as the Nugget. So if you're looking for something with a small format, but a great tank, you got to check this one out. Now, do they have the heads for it as well? That would be a double bonus.
I'm not sure if they do. I'm looking now.
All right.
Yes, they do. The 49er heads are $7.99 for five.
Awesome. Okay.
Now, this is from eFunTop. Now, Big Man Boom found this for us. I haven't used eFun very much. I know plenty of people who have. I'm sorry, Condi found this for me, my bad. Condi found this for us. I don't use eFunTop a lot, but I know plenty of people who have. And, they're a typical China site. You're going to do what you got to do. You're going to wait your whatever, a few weeks to get it or what have you. But, if you want to try the 49er tank, if you have bought the, already have bought the Nugget, and you want to try the 49er experience on it, or if you have a small mod or a big mod, whatever, and you want to try what the 49ers, I know a lot of people love the 49er. The problem is you just don't see them sold. Like, you can't just go to the average American site and buy the 49er tank. It's just they're not around yet. So if you want to get it, you go there, and they have heads for $7.99 a piece. So figure, when it's all said and done, $25, $30, $30 for the whole package plus heads. Not a bad deal. And it's from China, so I'm assuming it's going to have free shipping. Let's say you, Tiger.
There we go. Sorry, I had to unmute. You know what I feel about this tank. I have been raving about it since I started using the Nugget. Ours, of course, came in the kit, so we got both pieces, and I've got only great things to say about it. As you can see from this last picture, it is top fill. I can show you that right here, as a matter of fact.
While she's talking, I just want to let you know, if you're buying the heads on eFunTop, 0.2 ohm is nickel, temperature control. 0.5 is Canthal wattage. So if you're not I don't like vaping nickel. I would opt for the 0.5 ohm heads because I like wattage. Your preference is whatever, but they're both the same price. But just be wary. 0.2 ohms is not wattage. It's temperature control.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it, and I love it for the Nugget, especially if you've got one of those smaller mods, even if the mini volt, anything like that, where you want something that's going to offer you the great kind of vape that you're accustomed to from some of your sub-tank styles. And when I say sub-tank, I'm not talking about TygerTyger. I'm talking, of course, about any of the sub-ohm tanks that are, great for performance. But what's so nice about this one is its tiny, tiny, tiny little footprint. So, yeah, no, I recommend that all day long. I love that 49er.
Okay. All right, so here we go. One of the last deals of the evening, we're going to talk about the .com version 2. Now, the .com mod, I'm sorry, I keep saying mod, .com RDA, it was very, very popular. Tiger has a beautiful, gorgeous, original .com with the 3 posts. This is the new version 2, has the 2-post version. .coms can be a little expensive. They can be upwards to $100. But right now, over at Vapure, they have $54.95. These are the brand new two-post versions. And Tiger was talking about two-post version of the Tsunami, how they balance things out, and you don't need the single post anymore. But if you look at on the top of this, they have big, hunky, chunky screws, and not those like corkscrews. American designed, really, really nice. Tiger, do you have your .com? Or are you showing it right now?
I actually just did. I just put it back away so that I can grab your link.
Okay. Anyway, so she has the original, and it's a really, really, really wonderful, wonderful rebuildable. Again, it's not this is not a clone. And I met the guys, the inventors of the .com. They're really great people. And if you're looking for a high-end dripper at a reasonable price, there's different kinds of drippers in this world. You got some that just do the job, and then you got kind of like the Cadillac drippers. And I would put this in the Cadillac dripper side of things. Really great. You want to treat yourself, go over there, pick them up, and get it at a really good price. Because, like I said, they go anywhere between like $79 to $100. They're releasing these now, very, very small batches at $54.95, and you guys will really, really like this if you're into dripping. Now, I don't know, anybody in the room, I know Scuba, I don't know, is Scuba here? I haven't seen him. Grace knows yet, but I was just wondering if anybody out there had the original .com.
And just to give credit where credit is due, on that 49er, you had said Big Bam and then you said Condi. It seems they were on the same wavelength. I was getting messages I didn't know about, so we can credit them both with that find.
Okay. All right, so head over there. Head over to Vapure and check out this Addy. And like I said, if you want to treat yourself, get something good, something's gonna last you forever, and get her done.
Well, I'm hearing so many great things about the .com in general. They're telling me even the older version that I have is terrific, a terrific vape, and I will build it once my snips showed up, even though what we said at the beginning of the show. But I like the new version, again, because for the same reasons that I really admire the Tsunami, that two-post setup. That's going to give you so much more room for whatever you want to do. Great big holes you can put whatever you want in, and for some of these really, really convoluted coils available now. Hey, listen, I'm old school. I come from where you took Kanthal wire and you coiled it and you were done. Now coiling is an art form, and this is going to leave you the room and the versatility to easily fit those. So I love these two-post setups. That's going to be a winner.
Now, somebody put in the room a link to the 49er Hens. It's called the Vaping Mall. They are a sponsor I'm on Evie. But I'm in their clearance section. Holy shit, blast from the past in the clearance section. They got, like, Vivi Nova tanks in the clearance section, okay?
Oh my gosh, I remember when the Vivi Nova was bleeding edge.
Yes. Oh my god, they got some crazy old school stuff in there. Listen, if it was, oh my god, they got the they got the gripper, old school gripper. You know what it is? I think every vapor, if you could find some old school nostalgic vaping stuff in real, on the cheap, you don't want to spend a lot, $2, $3 in a Vivi Nova tank, to understand what we went through, to understand what vapors went through back in the day. And that was awesome. Like, when we first got Vivi Nova, I was like, oh my god, it's the shit. We bought hundreds of them. They were awesome.
Man, after my Ego W, my first Vivi Nova tank, I was like, oh, it doesn't get any better than this.
I remember.
We just didn't know.
When the Vivi Nova tank ran out, we threw the whole tank away. Didn't have replaceable heads yet. You just took the tank and threw it in the garbage. So it was kind of like, oh, this Clieto, it's finished. Oh, okay, goodbye. In the garbage, we buy another one. And the funny thing is, a Vivi Nova tank cost about what a Clieto costs now. A Vivi Nova tank cost about $17 back then. And they were great, and they'd last about a week, and then you'd be done with it, it tastes burnt, you threw it in fucking garbage.
The Vivinova had replacement heads.
No, not the originals. They did not.
Oh, then I must have already had version 2 by the time I got my hands on one.
Think of it was a big CE4.
Oh, okay. No, the Vivinova I had a replaceable head, and I thought, I was the bomb because instead of those plastic tanks, they came out with a metal tank for it, and it was like, ooh.
They had videos of how to clean your Vivinova tank because people didn't want to throw away, and then they had the ones with the wire. You guys remember the tanks that actually had wire inside because they didn't know how to do it right yet? You used to have like wires hanging inside the tank.
Hey, I remember dry burning my silicone heads to clean them between juice flavors and get the gunk out of them. It was quite a process, taking apart heads that were never meant to be taken apart. We are so dating ourselves right now.
Yeah, but it's fun. Somebody says that he still uses Cardos. Cardos are for the zombie apocalypse. They will survive forever. All this hoity-toity crap that we have right now, Cardos, if you are in like a tornado and you need to... Listen, I have like a bug-out kit in my back of my Hummer, okay? And in there, I keep 10 cardomizers, and I keep a mod that I could put in the car battery in my truck, okay? And a bottle of juice. Okay, cardomizers will always be there. If I need to vape, I can vape in a fucking tornado, zombie apocalypse. It will always be there. That's Condi grabbed it. Yes, the DRV from Minikin. DRV, baby.
All right. Well, we are 3 minutes from the bottom of the hour. We can field a few questions, and then what we're going to do is we are going to turn you guys over into the very capable and skilled hands of DC with a great music mix, lots of knowledge, juice mixing expertise, and he loves deals just about as much as we do. So stay tuned when we do drop the broadcast, but we'll be with you for a couple more minutes. Go ahead and ask your questions. I'm just going to drop the link in the room one more time for our replays so that if you've missed something, we are all caught up. And tonight's recording will go up tonight. I promise, Big Bam. I promise.
Somebody writes, Firefox 46.0 has been released. I'm sorry, but when your releases are like 46, it's done. Like, don't give me releases that high. I'm used to version 2, Netscape version 4, Communicator, fucking version 46. Fuck that. Anyway.
Now, Condensation wants to know, can we switch the laptop that you're giving away for Vaping Underground's millionth post? And we do have a link for that as well. I'll drop that. Can we switch that for a Nubian goat? Condensation, if you win, I will see that Joe sends you a Nubian goat instead of the laptop.
How does one send a Nubian goat?
I don't know.
That must be an African goat, because I've heard of a Nubian queen. A Nubian queen was back in the days that black men would say to their wives, "Hello, my Nubian queen." So is it from Africa? Is it an African goat?
I am assuming maybe that's where they originate from with a name like that. I couldn't say for sure. But for those of you who would prefer a laptop to a Nubian goat, follow the link I've dropped there. That's going to give you all the information you need to get in on this incredible giveaway. An ROG Republic of Gamers laptop from Asus. It is awesome. It is the laptop that is driving this process, this whole broadcast right now. And believe me, I push mine to the limit. That's why I have it, and this is the newer version yet with more horsepower, better processor, the whole 9 yards.
And you only have 7 days left, and there's 171,694 entries. Just saying. And there's ways to get lots of extra entries with the viral sharing and all that stuff. So you only got a week. That's it. Just saying.
Alrighty, and I'm just scanning to see. Oh my goodness, Joe, Lisa, thank goodness for asking the question. Joe, you had a giveaway. We have to do that before
we have a giveaway
before we let DC take over. Sorry, DC, we need 2 more seconds. We're gonna do a giveaway.
Okay, DCL, congratulations, you are the winner. The only reason why I'm going to ask you to do this is because I want to make sure you're paying attention. Could you put your zip code in the room for us, please?
DSCL, we need your zip code.
Oh, there you go. Okay, DSCL. Congratulations. Please email winners@monavy.net. Again, winners@monavy.net. Let them know you won the K-Box and the super secret Don't Tell free from DoneDeal, and I will get that out to you as soon as possible.
Awesome. All right. Well, then we're gonna cut it short and quit cutting into DC's time. Thank you, DC, for indulging us.
Yeah,
and,
we don't normally do giveaways, so.
Yeah. Well, you know, the last couple weeks you've had some goodies that on hand, so share the wealth and make somebody happy. So you guys have a great week. We will see you next week with more deals and tomfoolery. I love getting a chance to work that word.
We'll see you on Saturday for.
Exactly.
With
Ciao,
the bunny,
Bellas.